Hi, I'm Chrissy. I have a golf warm-up for you today. Total body routine that you can do before you hit the driving range. I want you to think warm up to swing, not swing to warm up. So all you're gonna need is a golf club. We're gonna put that aside for just a second. Starting at the top of your head, we're gonna do 5 repetitions of each thing I give you. So I want you to stand here, let your shoulders relax. Everything's up nice and tall, chest is up. Squeeze your core, tuck your hips under. From here, drop your chin to your chest, and then slowly drop your ear to shoulder, head up to the ceiling, and then ear to the opposite shoulder, and then back down into the center. So that's 1 repetition. I want you to go around 5 times in this direction. You may hear a lot of noise in your neck, a lot of crunching, a little grinding, totally normal. 2 more, trying to make the biggest circle that you can, nice and controlled. 1 more. When you get to the end of this repetition, stopping with your chin to your chest, and take everything in the opposite direction. And again, you might feel all those noises start to take over again. Two more. And 1 more. And stop in the center, reset. Okay, we're gonna move on to the shoulder. Okay, with your palm down at your side, you're gonna lift with the thumb up, reach up past the ear. Now turn the pinky backwards and make the rest of your circle here. So I want you to be careful not to allow your torso to make that circle bigger. Only let the shoulder and the arm move. 5 big circles here, scraping around the edges of the biggest circle that you can. Okay, once you've done 5 repetitions, you're going to bring it to a stop down by your pocket, and now lead with the pinky. Turn the palm up towards the ceiling and around back down to the front. And again, back, lift the palm, up and around. 3 more. 2 more, careful to only move the arm. 1 more. And relax. Same thing on the other side. Thumb up, bring it up, turn back, and around. Again, just the arm. Really easy to try to make that circle a little bit bigger and let your torso help you. But we're not getting there yet. 1 body part at a time. 1 more. And bring it to a stop at the bottom and switch directions. Lead with the pinky. Now turn the palm up to the ceiling and around. 1, reach back, up and around. 2, reach back, up and around. 3, back, up and around. 4, 1 more time. And 5. Okay. If you need your club for balance, now's the time to get it. We're going to go grip side down, holding on here. We're going to be standing on 1 leg here. Okay, you can stop and reset just to kind of gain your balance on each repetition if needed. Coming up to your left toes here, I'm going to lift the knee up, bring it out wide, and back down, resetting to the floor if you need it for balance. If not, great time to challenge your balance here. So up, make the biggest circle that you can, and back down to where you started. 2 more. Again, we're not opening the hip here. We're making it come from the hip socket into the biggest circle that you can. And then when you've done 5, you're going to switch directions. So lifting out to the side, bring it back into the center, and down. Up, in and down. 3 more. 2, standing nice and tall, and 1. Switching sides. All the weight is on the opposite leg. Lift the knee, up and open, back down to where you started. Up, open, and down. Up, open. 1 more time. Up, open, and now switch directions. This is great just for overall mobility too, not necessarily just for golf. any kind of sports, any kind of movement. 2 more. 1 more. And relax. All right, from here, now let's set the club off to the side. Interlace your fingers here. Take your feet out nice and wide. Tiny bend in the knee here. We're going to take the knuckles straight down to the floor. Slide them over to one side, past the toes. You're going to come up, engage your core at the top. Bring it all the way around down to the opposite toes. Scrape your knuckles across the floor, over to the other foot, up and around. So you're kind of like a windmill, making a big circle here. 2 more. Scrape along the floor, up and over. 1 more. We're going to stop this next one on the floor at the bottom in the center. Bring it to a stop and switch directions. Up and over, making your body as long and tall as you can. Two more. And 1 more. Bring it all the way around to the bottom where you started. From here, bend your knees, hands to the top of your thighs, round it up. All right, back to the club, halfway there. You're gonna take 1 foot forward. This is the side that we're gonna be turning towards. Take your club, hands on the ends, into your golf stance. So you're not up here, you're tilting forward just a little bit, hinging forward. Nice long spine. Try to avoid this position here, that C posture. Flatten the spine. From the arms, nice and long at the shoulders, we're going to rotate the torso over the front leg and back to the center. Over the torso, back to the center. Try to keep your head in the center here. Rotate. You want to avoid making this just an arm turn. Notice the difference here. Rotate the torso. The arms really aren't moving. They're just coming with your torso. Do 1 more. And switch sides. Other foot comes to the front. Bending into that front knee. Hinge forward into that upper body golf posture. From here, we're rotating over the front leg. Head stays center. And back down. You should feel this through the core. You should feel your body temperature rising. Let's do 2 more. 1 more. And release. Okay, grip side down. We're going to take 1 heel out in front here. Now from here, push the hips back. Let this leg straighten. Feel the knees straighten out as much as you can get it. Pull the toes back towards your shins. Drive out through the club. Long spine, long arms, long leg. Pulling the toes. I want this to be a very active stretch. Driving the heel down, pulling the toes up. You may already feel it, but it's going to get a little bit better as we start to turn the entire leg from the hip in and all the way out. Pulling the toes, driving the heel, pushing the hips back. This is called flossing. You should feel all different things in your hamstrings here. Get 1 more in and 1 more out. Release. Switching sides. Other heel comes down. Club is out in front. Pull the toes. Push the hips back. Long spine. Pull the toes towards your shin. Drive the heel to the floor. Reach out. Good. You should feel this. Deep breaths here. And start to turn it in, out, in, out. 2 more. In, out. 1 more in, and 1 more out. Release. All right, moving on. Taking your club about 90 degrees at your elbows here. 90 degrees at the elbows. You want to bring your elbows up to shoulder level. Okay, club is parallel to the floor. We're going to make like a little field goal. Reaching the club back as far as you can behind the head. Everybody's got a different range here, but hopefully by moving up through the motion, you can increase as you go. Give 4 more. 4, big reach back. 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Okay, from here, we're going to come in Bring the club out in front, both hands on top. We're gonna do a cat-cow from a standing position. So think golf posture here, bend the knees slightly. We're gonna round the back, tucking your belly button in, lengthening your arms so your spine is nice and long here. And then we're gonna drop down, so belly button towards the floor, hips come out. Watch again, tuck and round, drop and lift. This is a big stretch. Underneath, so you're tucking your pelvis underneath of you, driving it behind you. Again, tuck and round, drop and lift. 2 more. Tuck and round, drop and lift. 1 more. Tuck and round, drop and lift. Okay, moving on. Half kneeling, coming into this stance right here. Okay, make sure that your legs are on separate tracks here. You don't want to go real narrow. Coming right here. So this knee is pointing straight ahead. This is just for balance here if you need it. If not, you can get rid of it. From here, we're going to pretend like your club. You're trying to reach something out in front of you. Club's on the end of this knee here. We're going to jab that club forward and back. Forward and back. Now what you should be feeling here is a hip flexor stretch on that back leg. Forward and back. Pull the shoulders back. Jab forward. Give me 2 more. 1 more. This time I want you to hold it forward. Hold it forward. Feel a big stretch right here. When we sit a lot, this is always in a relaxed position. We're stretching it out. And we're going to take that back arm, lift straight up, and reach slightly over. So we're in a little angle here. Little angle. Breathe. And release. All right, same thing other side. Okay? Legs are on separate tracks. We're going to jab forward and back. Really working on that back leg hip flexor. Take this one out and hold it. Pressing forward, really lengthening up, opening these muscles here. Pull the shoulders back. Take that back arm, lift up, and reach slightly over to the side. Breathe. And release. Should be warming up. All right, we're going to bring it down to the floor for our last one. I want you to think about disassociation. The upper body's going to go in one direction, the lower body's going to go in the other direction. Bring it down to the floor. Hands on the ends of the clubs. We're going to slowly let the legs fall to the right while the club slowly falls to the left. Bring it back to the center and switch. Legs to the left, arms to the right. These are hard. Breathe, slow and controlled. 2 more on each side. One more on each side, breathing. And relax. Okay, I want you to try that out. Tell me what you think. Next time you try to go out to play golf, rather than hitting the driving range first, incorporate this into your warm-up. Then go hit some balls. Thanks. Bye-bye.